Permission to jump in her next wing and blow something up?
Permission granted, sir.
May the force be with you.
Hey, watch the language.
In 8 days. Rated PG-13. This film contains scenes that may be...
New Star Wars The Last Jedi TV spot stands out from the pack barring unforeseen variables. I am seeing Star Wars The Last Jedi tomorrow night. The social media embargo drops soon after, which means I'll be able to reveal which popular character, Leia, gets eaten by the Porg. Resistance to this joke is futile soon enough. But here's two things of note. First, I know almost as little about The Last Jedi heading into the first big screening as I did about The Force Awakens 2 years ago at this juncture. Second, this newest TV spot is oddly different from the rest as it is the first that explicitly emphasizes fun. I watched all 27 TV spots to confirm that A, the marketing has been quite spoiler-free thus far, and B, the marketing has indeed been draped in a certain grimdark cloud. Now, that's not a criticism, and you can argue that the much-repeated line, "The darkness rises and the light will follow," is itself a commentary on the sequel that won't necessarily go all done of justice on us. But this most recent TV spot, which has a gee-whiz adventure tone, humorous dialogue from Poe, Finn and Luke, and a brief shot of Rey flashing a devilish grin as she spins a lightsaber, is the most explicit one. Yet in terms of assuring casual audiences that the new Star Wars movie will be a jolly adventure, as a general rule, the theatrical trailers for these sorts of movies often emphasize the drama and/or pompous nature of the given movie, while the TV spots go lighter and more escapist in tone. And that goes triple if the movie is playing both to adults and kids, as the Nick Jr. and Disney Channel spots tend to be, for obvious reasons, lighter and fluffier than the epic theatrical trailers. So it is interesting that nearly all of the TV spots thus far have remained consistent, give or take shots of the Porg, with the tone of the second ponderous theatrical trailer. For the record, I just watched The Empire Strikes Back recently. While it's a somewhat darker film than Star Wars, I would argue that its reputation is more about its claustrophobic, scaled-down, character-driven palette, combined with a certain mournful tone, and, with the caveat that many of the things that people now love about The Empire Strikes Back are the very thing that earned it slightly lesser overall reviews, mixed positive back in the day. I would argue that what made Empire so unique isn't that it was dark but rather that it was so different from Star Wars. The idea that The Empire Strikes Back means that every sequel must be a darker, more somber second act affair is about as simplistic as the popular notion that The Dark Knight meant that all blockbusters had to be super serious and grimdark mediations on the post-9/11 security state. There are plenty of Part 2 sequels, Spider-Man 2, Lethal Weapon 2, Iron Man 2, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze, Conan the Destroyer, etc., that went lighter to varying degrees of financial success. And most of the post-Dark Knight smash hits, Star Trek, Avatar, The Avengers, Transformers, Age of Extinction, Jurassic World, Wonder Woman, etc., tended to be the ones that, like The Dark Knight, blended visual splendor, serious subject matter, and a relative commitment to drama with action blowouts, gee-whiz adventure, and IMAX-friendly thrills. Anyway, that new TV spot stood out as a clear departure from the current marketing template. So we'll see if the week of release will see a bunch of happy TV spots to go along with the first batch of reviews. And, yeah, thus far, Walt Disney and Lucasfilm have run a pretty spoiler-free campaign, as I have to assume that the two biggest would-be reveals, Rey wielding a red saber and Rey and Kylo apparently having a chat, wouldn't be that big if they made it into the pre-release TV spots. Rian Johnson's Star Wars The Last Jedi opens December 14th in North America, but we should start getting social media reactions in 35.6 hours.